Hey everyone, today we are joined by a star of professional wrestling. He's been involved in professional wrestling for over 2 decades now. He's known for his time in Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Championship Wrestling, among numerous other promotions. Some people know him Bateman, some people know him Tyler Bateman. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
If you could keep putting me over for a bit, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic professional wrestler, very generous with
Wow.
his time.
Yeah, handsome too. Smart as a whip. Or
Beautiful
wit.
mustache.
Oh yeah. Distracts from the rest of the face. It was a choice for a reason.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it. I believe this is the 13th episode of the show now. So I'm
Oh
definitely
hey.
excited to have you here. And I know, you know,
Numbers line up, like perception wise. I feel that also sort of fits.
yeah, that's actually really fitting now that I think about it.
Uh,
Now, before we dive into your career, and you've had a long career, there's a lot to get into. Who knows how far we'll get into?
Briz.
Let's get to plugs right away, just so people can know where to check you out, where to follow, what to look up. Where should people check you out?
Oh man. I should be
Oh,
better at this. Instagram. It's Tyler Bateman official. And that's the main one. Currently off Twitter on account of apparently they don't like if you put pictures with captions about eating brains. Apparently that they consider that an incitement of violence or whatever. So
Imagine
just
that.
the Instagram, just the Instagram for the moment.
And of course, people can see him with New Japan Pro Wrestling because you're a trainer.
Oh yeah, New Japan Wrestling Academy. Also train at the Santino Bros Dojo as well. I like to think that I'm at two of the an instructor at two of the best schools in the area.
That's actually super cool. And for some reason, I didn't realize you were doing Santino at the same time. So the fact that you're doing both, that's really impressive.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so you probably know the generic star. All these things go the same way, but I always find it fascinating. When did
Right.
you first see professional wrestling, and were you a fan growing up?
So it's funny that you mentioned that. I think I was looking at the show notes and saw that pop up, and I was honestly trying to think. I don't remember the first match that I ever saw, but I can tell you I don't have memories where I don't remember being into wrestling. But I was also like I'm an 80s baby. Like so I grew up when I was growing up when I was young, it may have been I'm thinking it might have actually been the rock and wrestling connection that led me into actually like being a further fan outside of the cartoon.
Mhm.
Uh on account of I'm the only wrestling fan in my family. Like not my dad, not my mom, my I don't think my cousin, a little bit, but not. There was no uncle. There was no. It was like a family friend that he liked wrestling, and so somehow between me liking wrestling, however it started, I'm still assuming the cartoon, and him, I've been a fan ever since. But it was strange because like I said, I was the only one in the house.
It's so interesting how we just become fans, and some people I've talked to, they weren't actually fans with it, and then something clicked, and then yourself, it's kind of like with me. As far as I can remember, I just always loved it. It was just
Yeah,
from as my earliest memory, I loved it.
yeah. I don't like I said, I don't remember a time not knowing what wrestling was because like some of the earliest toys I remember other than all my beloved Thundercats. Thunder Thundercats. Oh. Were those like heavy LJNs. So like I had like the Hogan and the Junkyard. So I always remember those. So like I literally don't remember a time where it wasn't involved somehow. And
And
how
what a
I
great
came to
time
that,
for
I
that.
don't know. Oh, absolutely. Oh, when it was arguably at its the pop cultureiest best that it had ever been, like the hottest it had ever been in a way.
Yeah,
And
certainly at that time. I mean, because
yes,
that's you had the explosion of cable, you had the explosion of, like you said, the rock and wrestling connection, and the merchandising. Really, it was so different at the time because before that there wasn't that much merchandising, at least comparatively. So you got in right when that was really hitting.
yeah, absolutely. And it boy did it set that hook deep.